Indian fighter jets entered Pakistan-occupied Kashmir on Tuesday and targeted terror camps of the organization Jaish-e-Mohammed, which is based there. India's Foreign Secretary in a press conference said that it had credible intelligence that another attack was being planned on India. The same organization, Jaish-e-Mohammed, had taken responsibility for the Pulwama terror attack that happened on 14th of February in Jammu and Kashmir and killed more than 40 paramilitary soldiers from India. India said this was a preemptive, non-military strike, stressing that it was not on Pakistan's military bases. There were no civilians in the camps, which were located on a hill, but hundreds of terrorists have said to have been killed. India also said that it had previously provided information on these terror training camps to Pakistan. Jaish-e-Mohammed is a terror organization that has been condemned by the UN and has been blamed for many attacks, including one in 2001 on Indian Parliament and another one on an Indian airbase in the year 2016. After the attacks, Indian Foreign Minister Sushma Swaraj had a meeting with envoys and ambassadors of various countries, including China, and she apprised them of the situation. Meanwhile, here in Jammu and Kashmir, Srinagar remains tense, as it's not clear in the next couple of days how could Pakistan retaliate. Also, Indian borders are on high alert. Shweta Bajaj, CGTN, Srinagar, Jammu and Kashmir, India.
Pakistan's defense minister is responding. I want to read to you what he says. He says that, explaining why the Air Force jets couldn't do any damage, he says the Air Force was ready but it was very dark. It was dark, so they failed to get a real assessment of the damage. Now they are prepared. If something happens next time, they will strike. Let's listen to Pakistan's defense minister.
ये जो अटैक हुआ है सुबह, ये तकरीबन 4-5 किलोमीटर अंदर आए और उन्होंने बॉम्ब फेंका और हमारी एयरफोर्स रेडी थी, क्योंकि रात का वक्त था, पता नहीं चला कि कितना नुकसान हुआ. सो दे वेटेड फॉर दैट और अभी क्लियर डायरेक्शन मिल चुकी है कि इंशाल्लाह
चल रहा था भाई, चल रहा
कि आगे अगर कोई ऐसी हरकत होगी तो एक्शन लिया जाएगा. और चूँकि कई चीज़ हम यहाँ नहीं बता सकते, तो इंशाल्लाह रिस्पॉन्स ज़रूर मिलेगा. ये जो अटैक हुआ है सुबह, ये तकरीबन 4-5 किलोमीटर अंदर आए और उन्होंने बॉम्ब फेंका और हमारी एयरफोर्स रेडी थी, क्योंकि रात का वक्त था, पता नहीं चला कि कितना नुकसान हुआ. सो दे वेटेड फॉर दैट और अभी क्लियर डायरेक्शन मिल चुकी है कि इंशाल्लाह
चल रहा था भाई, चल रहा
कि आगे अगर कोई ऐसी हरकत होगी तो एक्शन लिया जाएगा. और चूँकि कई चीज़ हम यहाँ नहीं बता सकते, तो इंशाल्लाह.
What more can you tell us about these latest developments?
Well, first of all, let's remind our audiences that it is the first time since the war with Pakistan in 1971 that India has crossed over into Pakistani territory to conduct airstrikes. Usually skirmishes around the line of control, which is the de facto border with for Pakistan and India, is not uncommon, but strikes of this nature are extremely rare. As you heard the Foreign Secretary over there, he did say it was a preemptive strike, and he did say that that these militants from the Jaish-e-Mohammed, which is the group that claimed the attack that took place earlier this month in Kashmir, that they were planning other attacks on Indian territory, and Indians are claiming that 300 odd militants were killed in this attack. Pakistan, on the other hand, is downplaying this attack. They're saying that there was no damage from these airstrikes, there were no casualties. In fact, the Pakistani army spokesman said earlier today on Twitter that the Indian jets had to scramble and leave hastily after dropping their payload because Pakistani jets were gathering. So we're getting conflicting narratives of what really went on over there. This is not uncommon. This has happened before in 2016 after India launched a so-called surgical strike just across the border after one of their army camps was attacked by militants. So these kinds of conflicting narratives are common from India and Pakistan. It shows that both the countries want to come out on top.
Shreya, now this is just, of course, the latest twist in a very tumultuous and long history between India and Pakistan. Give us a bit more context here.
Yeah, so this is not the first time that tensions the tensions are always brewing between the two neighbors rather. And the last time there was a full-scale war was in 1999 in Kargil, and since then we haven't really seen a full-blown war in this between the two countries. But let's remember also what the context is right now in India. There are elections coming up in a couple of months. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has been under tremendous pressure to respond to the attack that claimed the lives of 44 people in Kashmir, in one of the deadliest attacks in Kashmir in decades. So people have been congratulating him. People have been congratulating the Air Force, and even all political parties have been united in saying that this was the right thing to do. But what's worrying now is Pakistan will probably respond to this. Prime Minister Imran Khan last week did say that if India did target Pakistan, the country would retaliate, and we don't know what that response will be, but it's certainly worrying, this escalation of tensions, because remember, both those countries are nuclear powers.
Shreya, thank you so much for that. That's Shreya Banerjee reporting for us from New Delhi.
ये जो अटैक हुआ है सुबह, ये तकरीबन 4-5 किलोमीटर अंदर आए और उन्होंने बॉम्ब फेंका और हमारी एयरफोर्स रेडी थी, क्योंकि रात का वक्त था, पता नहीं चला कि कितना नुकसान हुआ. सो दे वेटेड फॉर दैट और अभी क्लियर डायरेक्शन मिल चुकी है कि इंशाल्लाह
चल रहा था भाई, चल रहा
कि आगे अगर कोई ऐसी हरकत होगी तो एक्शन लिया जाएगा. और चूँकि कई चीज़ें हम यहाँ नहीं बता सकते, तो इंशाल्लाह रिस्पॉन्स ज़रूर मिलेगा. ये जो अटैक हुआ है सुबह, ये तकरीबन 4-5 किलोमीटर अंदर आए और उन्होंने बॉम्ब फेंका और हमारी एयरफोर्स रेडी थी, क्योंकि रात का वक्त था, पता नहीं चला कि कितना नुकसान हुआ. सो दे वेटेड फॉर दैट और अभी क्लियर डायरेक्शन मिल चुकी है कि इंशाल्लाह
चल रहा था भाई, चल रहा
कि आगे अगर कोई ऐसी हरकत होगी तो एक्शन लिया जाएगा. और चूँकि कई चीज़ें हम यहाँ नहीं बता सकते, तो इंशाल्लाह
have said to have been killed. India also said that it had previously provided information on these terror training camps to Pakistan. Jaish-e-Mohammed is a terror organization that has been condemned by the UN and has been blamed for many attacks, including one in 2001 on Indian Parliament and another one on an Indian airbase in the year 2016. After the attacks, Indian Foreign Minister Sushma Swaraj had a meeting with envoys and ambassadors of various countries, including China, and she apprised them of the situation. Meanwhile, here in Jammu and Kashmir, Srinagar remains tense, as it's not clear in the next couple of days how could Pakistan retaliate. Also, Indian borders are on high alert. Shweta Bajaj, CGTN, Srinagar.